I just watched Deadpool and Wolverine and it was epic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my face and I'm sorry that you have to see it. I may be confident right now, but as soon as I turn this camera off, I will collapse on the floor. I will make this short, sweet, and to the point. And yes, I took this photo for Instagram. I was happy and feeling goofy. Now I just watched Deadpool and Wolverine. I've never seen an MCU movie in theaters before, so I binged watched the entire MCU. Well, not the entire MCU because I couldn't get a hold of the Marvels, but it didn't really matter in the end. I binged watched the entire MCU and the entire X-Men series in preparation for this. And when I tell you, when I went into theaters, I was so pumped up to hear that MCU intro. I went from like an 8 to a 15, no joke. Now, I'm not going to mention any characters or any points of the plot, but I just have to say that that intro, my God, was tremendous. And I love the character development in this movie. Now, I prefer to come into these things with an open mind, but if you've seen Deadpool, and if you haven't, what are you doing here? You would know that Deadpool is a mostly unserious character with sprinkles of seriousness into the plot. Watching this movie, I accepted the fact that I wasn't going to get a coherent storyline. Not to say that it was bad, but it was fun, but it is a Deadpool movie at the end of the day. It was violent, it was vulgar, and that is my type of vibe. Now, I always thought that Wolverine was cool, but watching the X-Men series, I developed a deep connection to his character, and I was pretty skeptical about how they were going to bring him back to life after what happened in Logan. But the movie cleared that up pretty quickly. And I gotta say, Hugh Jackman is jacked, man. Sometimes when you're watching a movie, especially if you're binge watching them, it feels like a chore most of the time. It felt like a chore while I was binge watching them, but I didn't feel that with this movie. This movie was fun, and as a result of that, it flew by just like that. I mean, when you're having fun, time tends to fly by. I would highly recommend that if you didn't watch this movie, watch it. If you're a fan of this sort of thing, even if you're not a fan of this sort of thing, I guarantee that you will have a fun time watching it. And I give this a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say that this movie saved the MCU, not by any means, but it was definitely a needed pick-me-up after the sloping trajectory of the MCU. I would say it was pretty hard to top Endgame, but this movie did it for me. I am a comedy guy. I am also an action guy, and this was a perfect mix of action and comedy. It totally exceeded all my expectations, and I do highly recommend that you watch this, and I guarantee that you will have a fun time and you will not regret it. Now, this will be my last on-screen appearance until I decide otherwise. I do plan to watch Captain America Brave New World when it comes out in February. I may make a review on that, but if I don't, it could take a couple of years until I decide to show my face on screen again. I mean, I do feel uncomfortable on screen, but I have a need to express myself, so that is why I am here today. If I don't make a review in February, then this may be the last time you see my ugly mug. But until then, this has been Y2K, and thank you for watching this video, and until next time, bye bye bye.